First we need to create a cluster. So kind create cluster name hello. Can do this. So let us wait to create this. Yeah, till this what. Okay, so we get our cluster ready. If you do kubectx, you will get a kind hello. Okay, so yeah, what next we need to do is to create the sort manager. Yeah, so let me copy this and paste it. Let us wait for it. Yeah, so we get a namespace. uh, it will be everything inside a sort manager. If you do kubectl get all inside sort manager, so you will get pod, you will get service, you will get deployment, you will get replica set. So if I get do this again, everything is running. Okay, next what we need to do is to create the Trivy server, because we are using Trivy client. What's Trivy client look like? If you see here, if you in one terminal you run Trivy server, and let me do it for you. If I run here a Trivy server, I already have a Trivy installed on my system. So look, it's running on a localhost 4954. Yeah, and if you do a Trivy image / server, where the server is running and the image you want to scale. So if I go to here, and if I do nginx latest, let us wait for some minutes because it takes a time to install it, and then it will start. Like, yeah, it's very hectic for me to look at this. Let me reduce it and then again run it. Yeah. So now it looks pretty. So we get 150 vulnerability. In the similar fashion, let me, yeah, in the similar fashion, we are also trying to do this. So we are creating a deployment for Trivy server inside a namespace default, and this is the image we are running, and the server, you can see the server is listening on 8080 port, and if you do a default on it, basically runs on 4954. It depends on you where you want to run. So we are running on 8080 port. Okay, so we created a deployment which creates a pod for it, and then we also need a service. And the service is also inside default namespace. And then, like, you will think something like, how we will going to access this Trivy server. Like, here we get the local host 4954, and then we do a Trivy image / server to the local host 4954 and then the image. But the twist is that we are running these all things inside a cluster. So inside a cluster, if you want to make a request on it, what basically we do, we takes the service name, and then where it is, basically, I mean, in which namespace the service is. So we take a namespace and then svc, and where these service is running, where we are, I mean the port and this, so it's running on 8080. So in our case, what will be, it is the Trivy slash server slash service dot default, because we are creating this inside a default namespace, and then dot svc, and then the port. As you know, we are running on 808. And how we will going to do inside our, I don't know, but yeah, okay, no problem. So we are going to do this. If we search this, let me search where it is. Yeah. So if you see here, forget about it. It's something like some thing happened with my. It happens a lot of times. So if I do like go mod vendor, it will fix it, so no problem on it. So we are going to request on this service. It's something similar, but we are appending some more parameter to our Trivy image command, that's slash slash scanner and vulnerability. We are looking for a vulnerability, and we do inside a format of like we do the format inside in a JSON format. I mean, so this is the request where we will do. So let me create the deployment and then the service and have a look on it. So it is inside docs, try v manifest, and deployment. Yeah, so it created the deployment, and we need to create service now. Okay, let's wait for some minute to get it ready. Yeah, so let us look what we need to do next. Now we need to do is to run this application, how we are running this application. So I am going to run this application. This is where I dockerize it and publish on a Docker Hub. So we will running this application inside a namespace example1, and here it is the deployment manifest and the then service for it. And as you know, we install the cert manager for managing this issuer and certificate for it. I mean, it self assigned this. Okay, so we will create the issuer and then a certificate, and after that we will create our validating webhook. If you see the rules, we are looking for a deployment if we do operation create. So if we create like something like k create a deployment ngx slash image nginx, like that, so it will hit this, like we already have implemented this. Means we apply this inside a cluster, then if we it their rule matches, then it will hit this path slash validate. Okay, let me show you where the slash validate is. Where is the main? Yeah, so this is the function. They will start making a request to it, and there's also, you will see the scan for it. If I reduce it a bit more, yeah, so this is a validate, and there will be, if I see, yeah, this is, so here you can see the command which I am telling you. So this is your service name, this is a namespace, and this .svc and the port. Okay, I think till this point we will get this running. So our Trivy server is now running. Now what we need to do is to create this, the namespace, example1, and the deployment for running our application, and then a certificate because we need a certificate. Okay, so let me show you, because without a certificate it will not going to run our validate webhook configuration. So here you can see we are looking for our certificate, and how the deployment knows where to look. We are mentioning this as a env, a tls cert file is here and here, and we are also creating these all thing inside a secret name of this file. Okay, so whatever these cert manager creates the TLS certificate and key, it will going to save inside this certificate, this secret. Okay, that's all. But one more thing which we need is a cluster role and cluster role binding. What to look like? We need to give access by the service manager, I mean from the RBC authorization. We are doing this inside a default service account, and we need to give these all access. So I have added some of more parameter here, but it is not all necessary, but if you mention it, it's good. The ingress part is also not mentioned because I added this, as previously I'm running ingress also using helm, so it's not necessary, but I kept it for reference. And then cluster role binding. So let me create the first cluster permission, and then we will create the our application and these all. Okay, let me do, I think if we see, this is a cluster scoped, so we do not need to look for namespace, I think, as I manifest and then a cluster permission. So we created this. Yeah, so we created this. The names are a bit different because it's basically I copied it from helm configuration. Now what we need to apply is the application. This is inside Kubernetes custom webhook. Let me show you here, this one. So this will create a deployment, this will create service, and then issue for, and then certificate, and then validating webhook configuration. So let me apply it. Yeah, so it created a namespace, the deployment, the service, assure cert manager, self-signed, and a webhook 1 certificate, and then admission webhook this. So let us wait to get everything inside example 1. So you can see there's a pod which is, I mean, the container is creating, it's in the state of container creating. If we look create get certificate, because I am also talking about this certificate, because I said you these, the tls.crt and tls.key will be inside this. Let me get this. I think it will be inside example. Yeah, you can see this. Okay, describe an example secret. So you can see here, so we can see that there's a tls.crt, then the tls.key. By this we get a ca.crt, and we are also get, oh yeah, one thing more. if you if you see our certificate, for what we are creating this certificate, we are creating this for this dip, this service, and what this service is, you can see this one. So we are creating a service certificate for this. Okay, let me get everything is running. Yeah, everything is running. uh, Here we will be going to create deployment, and here we are going to get pods inside example, and I will do k logs and example1 pods ks, and then I will do follow to watch it. So you can see it will, like, the whole application is basically two part. If you create a deployment, it will create a service and ingress, and it will also look what are the resources are created already. So you can see also they just sync everything. Okay, let me look for get pods default and k logs pod Trivy. So it is running on here. Let me do follow. So yeah, let us create uh, this one. So this one have a deployment, and it have a vulnerability here. It's likely contains, you can see in when we run the nginx latest, it already have a 150 vulnerability. So it's a old version, so it also have a lot of vulnerability. We are running a 0 CVE E1. So let me create this. If manifest webhook example and init. So you can see now it takes a bit of time. I'm just running it because for the first time it will create a lot of time. Just wait and see how much time it takes, and after a 30-second it will going to fail this one, uh, because I have mentioned the timeout equals to 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is the maximum timeout for a webhook validating webhook configuration. So yeah, you can see the validate timeout equals to 30 seconds because it exceeds the time, but it itself running inside it. uh, Let me create again, and let's see if it get things done or not, because most of the time I have seen this, it for the first or a second time it takes bit of time to like install the databases, like need to update database, downloading vulnerability database, downloading artifact, and after this whatever the image you call, it also install that too. I think again I get, just wait to complete this one because it is in the process running, because we are running concurrency. I mean, yeah, go routine, sorry. Yeah, this is the same thing. Let us wait bit of time, and let me create let me, I don't know, is this already scanning? Yeah, it is scanning because you can show you the code. Yeah, so if you see here, if you see here, we do this log which we are getting. So I'm just waiting for it to complete for the first time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time for the first time, but after that, if it passed or like gives the all CV, because we will expect near about 100 CVs or more than it inside it. Just wait it and keep watching it, and then I will create some of other, which is you can see here is a pure zero CV. There is no any CV. It will not even takes you more than a 5-6 seconds. Here's you have another example where you have a zero CV inside a init container, but you have a CV, but we will going to bypass by this env parameter by giving a value yes or true. I set it as a lowercase just only for this and adding only condition for it. We'll optimize it more. Yeah, you can see now, look at this. So we found these CV, these all are the CVs. We get a bit of things we need here. So yeah, so let me just see if I can request now. I said you that for the second time it will not going to take much time as the first one. Yeah, you can see, so it doesn't takes much time. It may stop it. Yeah, you get these all CV. Let's deny. Okay, let me hit it again to show you like it will not going to take you much time. It is start. Let me, yeah, let me see how much second it takes. 7 8, yeah, near about 12 13. Let me create with a pure CV. Yeah, yeah, so we added a deployment. No CV found. Yeah, you can see no CV found. We have a one more, which is this one, by where we are bypassing it. If you see here, there might be some option like bypass CV default. It's, I mean, the default value is a false or no, and we have not got any logs like you have a set true for a bypass CV denied. Let me create for 0, but it have a parameter of CV denied. So if we do it bypass and create it even if it have a CVE. Yeah, it created in just 3-4 seconds. Yeah, so you can see there is a CV denied image this, but there is CV. I need to optimize this logs bit of, and we can also send this message here too. So you can see the bypass CV denied true or yes. Okay, so yeah, this is what everything is here. It have across two images, but we are escaping as bypass CV denied set true. So we bypass it and we created it. Okay, so this is all everything here. You can see k get deployment. I mean k get deployment inside example, I think, yeah, something. So yeah, everything is this. I think I don't have anything more. I'm working on like Helm one. It's almost done, but there's some issues with certificate. It basically inside, if we do a Helm install, it does everything well, but there is only one issue. It signed the certificate, but it is by some unknown authorities. So I think there is some problem with my this service account where I need to make some changes and then it's working, and it will not going to take this much time to do this all thing. But when we done it with the helm, it will take a very less amount of time, and it will save you a lot of time. Yeah, so yeah, this is everything. Yeah, okay, thank you.